Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we living. Let's talk some NFL. I'm gonna name 5 head coaches this year that I believe are under the most pressure for the 2022 NFL season. Some guys for different reasons than others. It's not necessarily that all these guys are on the hot seat. There's one that's definitely not. But let's get into it. We'll start with Matt Rule of the Carolina Panthers. If we look at Matt Rule's 2 years in the NFL, he is 10 and 23, 2 5-win seasons with the Panthers. And both seasons started out fairly well. In 2020, the Panthers started 3-2, ended 2-9. Last year, they got off to a surprising 3-0 start and finished the year 2-12. It's not all Rule's fault. Christian McCaffrey hasn't stayed healthy in either of those 2 years. His quarterbacks, 2020, Teddy Bridgewater. Last season, Sam Darnold, not exactly prime John Elway. But Matt Rule definitely needs to show some improvement with the Panthers, or they could be looking for a new head coach for the 2023 season. This guy may surprise you that I'm going to put him on. Bill Belichick. You may ask, why would Bill Belichick be under pressure? Maybe he doesn't feel any pressure, but it's more for his legacy, right? So, as we know, he's won 6 Super Bowls and appeared in 9 as a coach with the Patriots. Absolutely incredible. But again, there's still that contingent of people who believe that it was more Tom Brady than Bill Belichick. And as we could see, he started his coaching career with the Browns a generation ago, yes, but in his 5 years went 36 and 44. And in his 3 years coaching the Patriots, where Tom Brady didn't play, he is now 22 and 27. So he's really 58 and 71 in his 8 seasons without Brady. You could say the Patriots may have overachieved last year, going 10 and 7. But they got absolutely annihilated in the postseason by the Bills. And there's a question, they may have less talent than they had last season. J.C. Jackson's gone, Shaq Mason's gone. Ken Mac Jones show more improvement in his second season. We'll see. But Bill Belichick, I believe, has some pressure on him, at least from a legacy standpoint. Next, we'll talk about Ron Rivera entering his 3rd year as coach of the Washington Commanders. 2 straight 7-win seasons with the Commanders. So he's 14 and 19. That 7-9 season, they actually made the playoffs because the NFC East was that atrocious that year. But again, it's just been a while. He's had 4 straight seasons now, 2 with the Panthers, in which he has coached to an under 500 record. The defense did not look as good in 2021 as it did in 2020. And there's been a lot of controversy with the Commanders. Jack Del Rio got fined. A lot going on with Daniel Snyder. Ron Rivera may want to show improvement, or they may be looking for a new head coach as well. Next, we got Cliff Kingsbury, who'll be entering his 4th season with the Arizona Cardinals. He has a 500 record. Started off, and he's improved in each of the 3 seasons from 5-10-1, 8-8 to 11-6. But the story with the Cardinals has been a second half swoon every season. So 2019 they started 3-3-1, ended the year 2-7. In 2020 they started 5-2, ended the year 3-6. And in 2021 they started the year 10-2 before ending 1-4, and then losing 34-11 in the playoffs to the Los Angeles Rams. He kind of had that story in college too, where his teams struggled more in the second half. Cliff Kingsbury really needs a consistently good season. It doesn't help that DeAndre Hopkins will be suspended to start the year. And last, Mike McCarthy. A lot of people wanted McCarthy fired after the postseason gaffe that happened this past season against the 49ers, in which they allowed time to run out, where they had a chance to win the game. I believe Skip Bayless was tweeting after the game that he wanted him fired. He's coached 2 seasons for the Cowboys, 18 and 15. I mean, they won an impressive 12 and 5 last season, but again, very disappointing loss to the San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs. Yes, he's a Super Bowl winning coach, but that was more than a decade ago. Since that Super Bowl win, McCarthy is 5 and 7 in the playoffs. So, he had Aaron Rodgers, couldn't get him back to the Super Bowl. And last year was a huge disappointment. And of course, the big rumor is, that Sean Payton will be available in 2023. So, if the Cowboys don't succeed, look for Jerry Jones to go heavy after Sean Payton. So, what do you guys think? What head coach is under the most pressure in the 2022 NFL season? Are there any head coaches I didn't name that you believe are also under a boatload of pressure? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.